Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the tray, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network Postgame Show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. There are going to be some tough conversations had in the coming days and weeks surrounding the Miami Heat. Miami just beat Philadelphia 118-105. Wait, no, that wasn't the final score. I'm sorry. Let me refresh this. They just beat them. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, 127-117. I'm sorry. 127-117, the final score versus the Philadelphia 76ers. No Joel Embiid, no VJ Edgecombe, no Kyle Lowry, no Eric Gordon, no list on Kelly Oubre. List goes on the players who get, but like that hasn't been what it's been about for Miami. It's not about who Miami is playing on the opposite end. It's been more so about how Miami is playing here, and how Miami is playing here and now with the guys that they have, and night in and night out, you are getting a team that has bought into a certain style of play, and that style of play is gaining confidence amongst several of the players who have played in this system. You are seeing, look, bro, you're seeing a team that has a lot of momentum going for itself right now. Miami's 11-6 after 18 games, a mark that most people didn't think that they would be at. And bro, it's just been really nice to see what Miami has been able to accomplish so far this season. I want to look at the standings right quick. Right now, Miami's currently 4th in the East. Like, it's going to be tough because we all know what's on the horizon. Miami does have a game tomorrow, and in that game tomorrow, if reports are to believed and everything's to kind of line up, then we should see the return of Tyler Herro. Oh, they said the link missing? Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me get the link to the show into the basement chat so that I can get other people in here. I forgot to do that. Give me just 1 second, y'all. I forgot to do my job and tell everybody that we was doing the show. They'll come in here in a second. They'll help us out in terms of like evaluating this game. But like the bigger conversation is going to be, what is Miami going to be? What are they going to look like? What is this going to turn into when Tyler Herro returns? Adam Rodriguez, 6101 with the $5 donut. Appreciate you, brother. He said, Jaime put those boys to shame. Jaime played well. Jaime played really well. 22 points, 7 assists again, 2 rebounds. He's been racking up kind of like assist numbers, and, he's given the scoring on, but like, the game tonight aside, because I think a lot of this is going to be regurgitated information. I think you're going to hear when I ask people when they come up like how they felt about the game, you're going to hear the same happy vibes for tonight. Yes, sir. But you're going to hear a lot of the same things. But I think the bigger conversation around them is like, how are we going to maintain this feeling? How are we going to maintain this level of play? How are we going to maintain what we've been doing once we try and reintegrate a piece as big as Tyler Herro back into this lineup? Everybody knows what my feelings are, and I think a lot of people echo those sentiments where it's like, I feel like there's a place where he can come back and work his way back and still be an enormous piece of this. But then there's also the reality of what will happen. Like, once Tyler Herro comes back, he's going to be a starter. That is what his role is for this team. He's penciled in that position. And if Andrew Wiggins is back, let's say we have our full assortment of players, what does our starting lineup look like? And based on that, how will they play? I think there are a lot of components to the reason that we play, one of which being a player like DaVon Mitchell. DaVon Mitchell is a popular name to go back to the bench when it comes to Tyler Herro coming back. But when you look at the way DaVon Mitchell plays tonight, he had 8 rebounds, he had 12 assists. On top of 8 points. The boy was on triple-double watch. On top of the defense. There's not another player on this roster capable of doing that, including Tyler Herro. He's not capable of providing that two-way impact. Like, if we put him on the bench, that changes the dynamic. That changes what his role is. That changes what his job is on a night-in, night-out basis. And it'll be different from what he's done all season long. Like, I understand. Like, this vibe is going to be – hopefully it's the same. Like, I want it to be the same. I want when Tyler comes back for him to be able to seamlessly fit into this, and then we can just keep things rolling, and then we can begin to evaluate like how far this team can go. But just based on history, like I cannot see a situation where we bring Tyler Herro back into the fold and the way that this team is playing continues to play, because something is going to slip. Like if you bench DaVon, then you lose the point of attack defense that he provides you, like from the start of the game, setting the tone of the game. You lose that out the gate. Tyler Herro historically has not been a good defender. He will not be a good defender when he comes back, and so the defense naturally is going to be different. Even if you choose to start him, you start DaVon Mitchell, Norm Powell, Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo. We're going back to the days where Andrew Wiggins has a 4. Like, is that what we want? We want to go back to the small ball? Is that where we're going to get to? Like Kel'el Ware? People are not going to tell me that Kel'el Ware has not earned the opportunity to play. They're not going to tell me that he has not earned the right to be a starter. Kel'el Ware, right now, the easiest thing right now is to replace goddamn Pele Larson with Andrew Wiggins, if Andrew Wiggins come back. And you still get the same facsimile of what you got now. Because Andrew Wiggins isn't going to change the dynamic. But Tyler Herro shifts philosophies. He shifts the way that you have to play. And we're going to see tomorrow. If the reports are to be believed, Tyler Herro is expected to come back tomorrow. Always a pleasure bringing my dog. We call him the chairman. Y'all can call him the well-versed Kane. Brother Chairman, how are you doing this evening? You're on mute. Yeah.
I'm feeling fantastic. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Well, the Heat won. Congratulations. You know, y'all saw my son Kel'el Ware hooping. Y'all saw Pele Larson shoot 2 for 13, but he still was hooping.
Wait a minute. You got a lot of children out here, Kane. You gonna get Jovic and Kel'el Ware as both your sons?
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue my sentence because I was rudely interrupted.
You feel
wow,
me?
That's crazy.
Hold on. You finna get rudely interrupted again. And Kane, of course, I'd never mean to do this, especially not for somebody with this melanin deficiency in their system. But it is always a celebration when they pull up to work. It is always a joy to get to see their beautiful smiling face. Ladies and gentlemen, my dog Jess has come into the building. Jess, how are you?
I know my place in line. I will wait.
Fantastic. I'm glad I was gonna cut you off mid-sentence anyway. Okay, Ricky, finish, but like go ahead and just finish your salute. Why are you looking like that, Ricky?
I feel some type of way right now. I mean, that was a comma, not a period. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Honestly, look, my favorite stretch of this game was the third quarter, quite frankly, because the Heat had no one of note on the bench. I'm sorry, not on the bench, on the floor. and yet they were still able to extend the lead, or at the very least maintain a certain advantage over the Sixers that you would have imagined seeing with like a star player. Bam wasn't on the floor. Why are the names escaping me? Norm wasn't on the floor. Wiggins wasn't on the floor. None of that, right? And yet still you're able to notice that, like, yo, these dudes are running plays. They're playing hard. They're cutting to the basket. They're hitting jumpers. They're rebounding. They're defending. Kel'el Ware had 20 and 16. I mean, this was a good Kel'el Ware game. It wasn't just about the numbers per se.
It was a good game. A string of good Kel'el Ware games too, Kane.
I think if you're a Heat fan, you are encouraged about this game because the Sixers have had some pretty good nights. Some pretty good games to start the season, despite not having their quote unquote full roster. I mean, we know Paul George is washed, but still, like, even so, I think it's encouraging to see the way they were able to play tonight, because their style of play, in a way, adjusted. Because I mean, the Sixers had a lot of athletes out there. Andre Drummond had 23, 26 rebounds, something like that tonight.
23.
And 23 rebounds, and still you were able to turn those numbers into Hassan Whiteside numbers. And so I'm content with what I saw today, and I look forward to seeing what's coming, because yes, I like you were saying before I jumped on, there's something on the horizon as far as what might be switching or changing that up, but quite frankly, we'll see what happens. We'll see if lessons have been learned from past mistakes.
They have not. They will make the same mistake again tomorrow. BB-TK4HR with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know if YouTube is changing people's names, but I've seen this face before attached to a different handle. It says, even with the healthy Tyler, you really think Spo would tempt messing with the flow of the offense by starting him? That just doesn't seem like a Spo move. That seems exactly like a Spo move. Spo has been known to remember that, we've seen this before in different iterations. We saw it with Duncan Robinson when they were playing well with Duncan Robinson when Tyler went out for a few games. I don't know. I can't remember if it was last season or the season before. But remember, Duncan had some success with the starting lineup, him next to Terry Rozier. And as soon as Tyler came back, of course, injuries dictated that Tyler start. But, he went right back to it, and he never got an opportunity to see, Tyler come off the bench again. I've been convinced that ship has sailed. Anybody thinking that Spo would think to bring Tyler off the bench, you lost it. He's not doing that. Adam Rodriguez, 6101 with the $2 dono. He said, hey, Zoran made Trump look like a fanboy. Shout out Zoran. Trump didn't even let that boy speak in there. Scale Daddy 22 with the $20 dono. He said, Brother Nasty has now gained his PhD. Hey, brother, we celebrate Black excellence here, brother. Congratulations on the PhD. He said he now goes by Dr. Nasty, formerly known as brother. Yes, sir. Dr. Nasty.
Nicely done, peer.
Yeah. We got two So Dr. Nasty, as he is known, as he will be referred to as now. Congratulations, brother. Much more life, more success. Wishing you nothing but the best on that, bro. Y'all make sure y'all spam my boy Dr. Nasty with some congratulations in the chat for me, please. Jess, I know we can talk about this game individually, if we want, but I think the bigger focus here is just kind of the overarching, the wider lens view of what's been happening here, the way that they've played versus kind of the adjustment that is to come tomorrow when Tyler Herro does play. What are your feelings on it? What's the juxtaposition there for you?
I mean, yeah, so I was kind of going to respond to that comment anyway. I mean, I'll say generally, Norm is the best success story I could have imagined on the team. Just watching him play, obviously I knew he was solid. He was always solid on the Clippers, but the way that he's fit into this offense and the way that he's playing on this team is just unbelievable. He's a scoring machine. And I mean, he's a big part of the reason that we're in the rankings where we are as far as offense, as far as points. It's a big deal. I would say that, and I would say the leap Jaime has taken this year are big things. Even for Ware. I mean, even last year, a lot of possessions with Ware, he just looked a lot more raw, and it's kind of crazy to see just the leap that he's taken as far as he's not jacking shit up every single shot. He's rebounding out of control, offensive rebounds, which are huge, which we've never been good at outside of Bam. I mean, I remember a time where Bam was our number one rebounder, and mind you, he's good at it. But there was a time where I'll speak for myself. I was complaining about the lack of height on this team, and it's just so refreshing to watch this brand of Heat basketball. As far as the Tyler thing, and I agree with whoever it was that made that comment. Like, it's not really a Spo thing, but I think it puts Spo in an uncomfortable position. And like you said, I want to say it was like 2 years ago when he was out for 15 games at the beginning of the season, when this narrative really started, where there was the nonstop fights on Twitter about, he needs to come off, he needs to come off the bench, he needs to play with the second unit.
Let me cut you off right there. It started when they made it to an NBA Finals.
Okay, yes. That is fair. Okay, so the conversation continued when he was out, and we were on a pretty impressive start to the year, and everyone's like, we're doing this without him. Literally like the same thing that's happening now. I'm not going to sit here and argue like either side, because I'm convinced that he's going to play, and I'm just convinced it's going to just take away from Norm, and we're going to see what happens. And it's not really Spo, because Spo is smart. I think it's an uncomfortable position that he gets put in just because of how we've propped up Tyler and how he's been established on this team. It's more of like a personal, like, off-court thing, I think, and how we've, just where he stands as far as like a player on this team, like the overarching. So they're going to start him because of the respect and the ego and all the things. And I think we'll see it's not going to run quite as efficiently, but we've had this conversation a million times before. I mean, I don't see him swallowing the pride to come off the bench, nor do I really think that he's going to be forced into that situation anyway. We kind of know what to expect. So, I mean, it's a shame because I think Norm is on like a generational run right now, and we already know that that's going to be, I think, the biggest impact. But let's see tomorrow. I didn't even know it was tomorrow, so I knew it was looming. But
yeah, well, it's projected. We don't have official word whether or not he's going to play tomorrow, but Monday is kind of like the game where they try to put it. So I will say this, like, because of the vibes of the season, I haven't been as negative as I'm going to be eventually, but like, that's what's probably got me in this position where it's like, let's see. Like, let's see if Tyler can come in, because we know kind of like what the defensive problems are. But if he can come in, he can raise the floor on the offensive ceiling of this. He can raise the floor on the offense of this team. That was
one more thing that I was going to say literally today when I was thinking about like talking on the stream, is just watching Norm play like solid defense. Like, and I know, and it's tired. It's tired talking about Tyler doesn't play good defense, this, that. But when you watch Norm actually making like an impact on the defensive end and really looking like a two-way player, I think it makes it that much more frustrating, because you can't put the two of them in the same basket in that regard. You just can't.
No, you can't. When did she leave, Joe Pepe?
I've been here.
She been here. She just don't come to work. Like, that's not.
I've been.
Yeah, no, she don't. She just don't come to work. She don't respect me. That's the problem. She don't come to work, and then she just tells me I'm finna come to work on Monday. It's like, okay, yeah, every now and again, brother. Like, she ain't going nowhere. She's still here, fucking with us. So I will give Tyler like kind of like the grace that I was talking about. Here's where I will kind of like, and I'm gonna pivot this to Ricky, because here's where you and I might slight different. I think I care less about how Tyler's going to impact Norm than I care about how Tyler's going to impact a player like Jaime, or a player like Jovic, even though Jovic has been playing like shit, or a player like even Kel'el, Ware, to a certain extent. Because during the playback, we were thinking about like, what are the machinations that are going to happen when Tyler Herro's come back? They're going to give him his own lineup. And when you give Tyler his own lineup, those players include, maybe Jovic, Ware, and goddamn, and Jaime. Like, those guys are going to play next to Tyler. And if you move Davion to the bench, Davion may be included in that group. Ricky, what player are you looking at most that you feel like will be most impacted by Tyler's return, whether that be in a positive regard or a negative one?
So I think it's more collective than individual, because when you consider the way this team has been playing, the chemistry has been improving by the game. And when you throw a player who has a different approach to basketball than say some of what the other players have already bought into, it's very easy to think, well, okay, one player might suffer, but when you consider that this is quickly becoming a well-oiled machine where Norm is figuring out his spots, Pele is just from pure effort alone delivering intangibles, not unlike let's say a whiter Shane Battier without a consistent 3-point shot, if you will. Or just in general, you might think of players who depend on ball movement to floor. So maybe Kel'el Ware, maybe Norm Powell, but not in the way that you might think. It might be more whether the ball will reach me versus will my minutes will still be enough for me to contribute meaningfully. DaVon Mitchell is also a player that is worth considering, but the thing is, he is someone as a lead guard that generally, if he's out there on the floor, he's bringing the ball up or stealing it from the other team defensively.
Is that still going to be the case when Tyler comes back? Because that's why I was talking about Jaime too, because Jaime's been better because he's had the ball in his hand.
Yeah. So the next guy was going to be Jaime. When you consider how Jaime, especially for that second unit, has basically been the second unit's point guard.
Yeah.
And I gotta say,
you move Davion to the bench. That's now Davion's now the bench unit point guard.
Well, I think you know what? I think quite frankly, they can share that responsibility. I think we'll have to see some of the permutations of these different lineups. I would imagine that the coaching staff has been preparing for this for quite some time. Yeah. I hope, barring professional malpractice on their part, that they're able to integrate Tyler into this offense, or at the very least, showcase him for a possible trade. I think we all know that the front office is probably dead set on maximizing this kid's potential to the best of their ability, even though I think that may have happened about 2-3 years ago already. But look, I think with this team, I don't know that a Tyler Herro will fit, but again, I am prepared to be wrong. I mean, if he helps, great. I think maybe I speak for everyone in the basement when I say that if Tyler Herro comes in and actually makes this team better, I don't think we're going to really have an issue with that. It's just what we've seen him do in the past, where he would show up and then he would, throw a monkey wrench into the offense.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, King, I'd be furious. I need him to fail for my narratives to work.
He already has, though.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. So, I can't have him come in here and be a seamless fit into this. He comes in here and all of a sudden he's all defensive first team. I'd be furious.
No, we won't let that happen.
We won't but just I kind of want to I want to hear your thoughts on this, because I was kind of alluding to and yeah, Ricky kind of eased some of the thing. No, I don't think if he comes back and plays, shut up. I don't think if he comes back and plays well, anybody is going to be disheartened except for me. But there is some legitimate role shifting that must occur when he comes back. If he's starting and they say they decide to move Davion to the bench, I feel like that's the unit. Somebody said that basically Tyler with the bench. I feel like that's the unit that he would best mesh with. That unit needs a shooter, and I think Fontecchio is a natural person that's going to lose minutes. You replace Fontecchio's minutes with Tyler's. That's an easy swap for a better player. But also you're going to have, if you move Davion to the bench, you're going to have three players who have primarily had the ball in their hands throughout their heat in Davion, Jaime, and Tyler. How do you see that kind of playing out? If that is the unit that he comes in?
Yeah, I think just to comment on I think, in a very basic form, I think everyone's just nervous because it's one of those don't break it type of things. I think everyone's kind of been pleasantly surprised at how well this has gone to start the season. I can't say that I anticipated this team looking like that. I feel collectively as a fan base, we're all kind of damn, what's going on? No one knew really, really what to expect from Norm or what to expect from some of the young guys, and how if they've come, further along from last year, that kind of thing. So I think everyone's oh shit. And now we're all scared. We're don't touch it. Don't do anything. It's not broken. So, And yeah, of course, we could sit here and we could come up with like every scenario when he comes back, and there's really, there's not a whole lot of point to doing that until he does come back. And I also just wanted to say, like, I definitely wasn't insinuating that Norm would be the only person affected. That wouldn't even make sense. I'm looking at them in like the role that they play. But of course, naturally,
they occupy the same space.
No, of course, everything has to move around though. Like when you bring this guy in, it has to move around. Logically, of course, like we're always saying, like, yeah, the second unit makes so much sense. And if it wasn't like all the like political side of it and like who Tyler is and what Tyler is, like, yeah, it would be the most selfless thing to do because it would make so much sense. At least from what we can see, just like looking at how the I'll let you. Would you like to?
No. I don't have to say nothing. Like just. I say it all the time. Like I just tell y'all what's gonna happen and wait for y'all to catch up. Like it's just, but I did though. Go ahead.
And then I just wanted to say too, like watching DaVon. Like Davion's one of the first point guards that I've watched that I'm not here like pissed off if he's not averaging like 15 points a game just in today's NBA, because I'm always. I don't know if it's from when I played that I'm just like very, there needs to be like scoring point guards. Everyone's got to be a combo guard. You look at the points now in the NBA and you're like, everybody's got to score. Like there's no longer like you can average 5 points and 10 assists, like that point guard just is pretty much extinct in today's NBA. So I just want to say like DaVon has earned so much of my respect.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't even
give us a nigger moment right quick. Cause James Hugh, that is elite. That is elite commentary right there. And so I just feel like what's up with the background? I started this last year. I don't know, they had a game where they was bricking everything and then it just it's just
you got to change that now. Like they are kind of wetting it. They're shooting like 50%. We got to give them some.
Unfortunately, I'm packing right now, and so my background this is best served as a brick.
I thought that was in reference to you building this brick by brick, King.
It is now.
I ain't gonna lie. Don't make me blush on camera, Ricky.
All right, I'm done. Yeah. Anyway, the bottom line is like I watched
just getting started.
I say that was his like first turnover in 3 games. Like the guy just like he goes at such a fast pace. He takes such great care of the ball and he sets everybody up for success. And it's like it brings me back, and not to compare them, but because I hate Lowry, like I can't. But I used to get so pissed off at Lowry because I'm like he's doing nothing. And even when Davion's having like a bad shooting game, I'm not mad because he's like running the offense so efficiently that it's not making my blood boil like Lowry or the stupid turnovers or whatever. So we saw Tyler bringing the ball up a lot, and that makes me a little bit nervous because it's not just now at this point like taking field goal attempts from people. It's now like taking the ball up the court. It's obviously people's minutes. It's a lot of things. Again, I will not be upset. I'd like to be proven wrong because I'm kind of leaning into a more like negative way of how I anticipate it looking. But prove me wrong and make it work. Expose a mastermind. Make it work. Like make it work.
So I think as you're talking, like what I was hearing was kind of like what you're watching now feels like everybody's role is defined. Like I don't necessarily need DaVon to score because I know what DaVon's role is within the confines of what they're doing. I don't need Norm to be an assist guy because I know what Norm's role is within the confines of this. The only player up to this point in the season who's anybody had any type of confusion about is Jovic. Like nobody knows what the fuck Jovic is doing out there, and nobody cares at this point. But like when Tyler comes back, it redefined everybody on the Rose team. What's up, Kane?
Cardio.
That is what he's doing.
I would also say Wiggins, but he's actually doing it effectively. What we talked about on one of the last streams.
What, like not knowing what Wiggins' role is?
Like a clearly defined role, but Kendall made a very good point that day too, that he's kind of filling in like these holes, which I'm no longer like that mad at because I think he's played well. But as far as like defined, like when you look at him and you're like, that's our 3-point shooter. That's our assist. That's our, he's kind of all over the place, but it's I'm not mad about it.
But I think you could define that as like glue guy.
No,
like,
yeah.
And right now that role is being filled by Pele Larson. Whereas like from night to night, what he's asked to do and what he's required to do changes, but he's capable of so many things that he's able to fill this role at an adequate level for like one night only and then able to morph into whatever they need next. I think that is kind of that's what I mean by like everybody when they come into the game instantaneously, we all feel like they know what they're supposed to do. And it feels like the negative feeling that's kind of like looming is the fact that not only like we don't know what Tyler's role is going to be in this because Norm is feeling that to a certain extent, but like we don't know what everybody else's role has to shift to because of Tyler's presence. And this may be like a false feeling. It may be just like a figment of our imagination. It may be my own bias creating this. And I will openly admit that on this show. Like it may be my own bias creating this negative feeling surrounding Tyler's return. But it's real.
But I don't think, look at how much you see it online. I mean, not that Twitter's so like, but look, there's a lot of people who are sharing the same. But there's a lot of people that are sort of like, shut up, let him, he's going to be fine. I've seen more of, unless that's the algorithm too. I don't know, but I've seen a solid amount of people sharing.
Let's be honest, Chess. When you're looking at Twitter, ain't it just shit that you heard us say 2-3 years ago?
What's our line or Bubba's line?
We don't predict, we prophesy. Like that's all it is. Like really, when you watch Twitter and you see all the negative comments, it's just some variation of shit that we've been saying for years at this point. And now it's like I'm trying to shed that because I want to lean into kind of like what I've been feeling watching this team, which is genuine excitement for Miami Heat basketball. And I have not felt that for a long time. I have not. So, Ricky, I feel like you are generally like more middle of the road than most of us. Like, you can take that however you want to. I don't really care. But you're generally more,
I don't take. I give, Playboy. Don't pull the pen out.
Relax, brother.
No, ain't no relax. I'm gonna
let it go. But you are generally, in terms of your basketball opinions, more down the middle than the rest of us. I want to know, like, is this kind of like feeling of like this Miami Heat being fun to watch? Is that something that we should lean into right now? Like, or is it like, or should we like the inevitable is coming? Like, should we just go ahead and just know what we know? Should we lean what we've seen?
I think there are, look, if we can actually glean joy from something, I say let people enjoy things as long as they're not toxic and annoying about it. You know what I mean? But like, let people I say let people enjoy stuff. If they want to feel good about the way that this team is playing as far as a seemingly renewed offense, what is like a top 5 offense in the league or something like that?
The number one scoring offense in the league.
Yeah. And that's Shandell Richardson certified. You like that. You're welcome. Deep dive. Cut that. Get that. Sorry. Anyways. No, but I think, look, if you see, I was going to say ride it till the wheels fall off, but I don't need to be brought up on charges. Look, enjoy it for as long as add it to my super long list. Like, whatever at this point.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, but no, like I say, quite frankly, I think if fans want to enjoy this good stretch of basketball that they've been seeing, even in some of the losses, quite frankly, by all means. Yeah, do it. I mean, we don't know what the future will bring. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow if somebody is added to this roster. Look, either way, if the team continues to play well, cool. But one thing we can say for sure is that changes were made in the offseason. And it may not necessarily have simply been personnel changes. It was strategy changes. We're seeing a completely different offense now compared to last year and the year before. The Heat aren't as predictable. And quite frankly, you can have Bam and Norm Nixon that went on Amazon Prime the other day. And they pretty much showed everybody what the offense was, which quite frankly, any scouting department on any other team already knows by watching.
You called Norm Powell Norm Nixon.
Did I call him Norm Nixon? It's funny. Because you see, y'all can't see this right now, but there's a Lakers poster right here. And it's not even the Lakers championship poster from the 80s. It's the 2000 NBA champions poster with Shaq, Kobe, Ori, Fisher, and all those other guys. And for some reason, I saw that purple and gold and it made me feel some type of way. It took me back to that series on HBO that unfortunately got canceled.
Winning Time.
Winning Time and it made me, and I don't know, like and I heard Norm, and then I had a Pat Riley moment where I thought I was in LA again. and sorry, Norm something. I don't even.
Norm Powell.
Yeah, Norm Powell. There we go. I should know that because
they went on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but they went on Amazon Prime and basically explained the offense and all that other fun stuff, and the Heat still kept hooping after that. You know, Spo is a tactician. He got help this offseason. And honestly, look, if you want to have a good time, by all means, have a good time. You know, tune into the basement. Keep watching those 15-minute hype videos that you see on what's it called? Anthony D. Heat on YouTube. I have my notes here that say that. Like, I don't know. Like, if that makes you happy, then by all means go for it. When the Heat start to suck again, be miserable if you tie your happiness to a sports team. But until then, have a good time. Whatever. Well, I haven't started making it yet. So
she said, ladies and gentlemen,
Ant
Donado's here. Welcome to the show. Ant, how are you?
Yeah, because Latinos can't be black.
Well, you don't care, Royal. But also to answer New's question, there's nothing my gringo ass loves more than arroz con polo and horchata.
You should have called it horchata.
See, as I was doing the bit, I'm like, yeah, I can't say that. I don't need Justin to clip that up. Oh no, he ain't here. We're good. I do love horchata though. I do. I am a whore for horchata. One might say it is delicious.
Hey, it looks like you do spoken word on Thursdays in a cafe. I'm assuming by your name that you want to talk about Kel'el Ware.
I mean, I'm impressed, man. I'm not saying I wouldn't have traded him for KD. I certainly fucking would have. But I'm impressed, man. You know, earlier this season, I was giving him a lot of shit for literally having the worst plus minus on this team game after game after game. But we've seen pretty much a complete 180 since then. And when I checked the plus minus today, it really stood out to me. They're too good. They're too actually good to do the whole optimistic bit, Mario. You know, well, I do think Ricky is right. At some point in like February, they're gonna be on like a 4 or 5 game losing streak, or started tomorrow, maybe, if you know what I mean. But you know, but yeah, I mean, I want to give Kel'el Ware some credit, man. I mean, the second highest plus minus was like a 12 today. It was a plus 26. You know, he's been fun to watch.
I think so too, and I think that what he's doing is he's responded to kind of like the criticism that's been levied against him, and not just kind of like the numbers are one thing. Like I get it, like people are going to be enamored with the numbers, but it's not the numbers that I've been watching with Kel'el Ware. It's how many times per game this nigga boxes out. That is what I watch when I watch Kel'el Ware play basketball. I don't give a fuck. He's going to get rebounds. He is tall. He is like Hassan Whiteside in that regard. Does the nigga box out? Is he trying? Like, is he not trying? Because I feel like he's always given like a certain level of effort and people have made too much of that. But is he trying to do the little things that make him better as an all-around basketball player? And I think boxing out is the biggest indicator of that. I think being more disciplined in chasing blocks is probably going to be one of the next thing. But I think Miami is giving him little things to do as opposed to like giant tasks. In terms of his offense, shoot the ball when you're open, you catch off and rebound, go up. We don't give a fuck. But when you're on defense, like box out. That's what he's being graded on right now. And for me, that is where he's excelled the most. And in terms of that little thing has made it look like it's made a world of difference in terms of like the effort that he's given, like being more physical. He said, "Can I pose your question to Ricky?" Ricky, Kel'el started reading his Quran and took off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what happened. You see, as long as the brother stays on his deen, the sky is the limit. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta stay focused, brother. What happened? What happened, Royal?
I don't know what's happening here about the thing. I want to talk about the basketball.
I was.
Oh, my bad. I must have missed the reference. Go ahead.
All right. So come back to me. I'm
sorry. I got you. I'm sorry, King. I did not mean to interrupt your tranquil state, your flow state. Like, my bad. But no, I'm going to ask the sustainability question. And I want to know from each of you, based off of what you're seeing, how sustainable kind of what they're doing is now. Like, and you can take it any direction that you want. Like, but let's do the Tyler thing in good faith. Let's not say, oh, when Tyler comes back, it's going to hell or whatever in the handbasket. Based off of what you've seen, which we haven't had any evidence that this is going in the opposite direction, Based off of what you've seen so far, and we'll start with you. Scale of 1 to 10. How sustainable is what Miami's doing?
In the regular season, probably like a 7. In the postseason, probably like a 3, to be honest. But I'm glad you asked, though, because I heard 5 Reasons talk about this topic a few times. And I didn't really like it's just, just speaking on it because I agree with some of what they say, but I didn't really like their approach because, for example, I thought it was kind of funny. It was like a few weeks ago that asked Greg, and Greg was like, yeah, everyone's balling, Norm, Fontecchio. And then he's like, other than the 3-point shooting, I think it's sustainable. But
you forgot to say yo before that sentence.
Shut the fuck up. Why are you doing this?
I got to give him, actually.
So, come on.
No, not today.
Anyways, so I'm back.
And I'm
back, baby.
And
all
to
right,
me,
so we just gonna cut off a black man, huh? That's
no, please continue.
No, it's fine.
But I just don't feel like you can just discount the 3-point shooting and make it seem like it's nothing. Like Fontecchio at that point a week ago was like 50% from 3 on 5 attempts. And now you're seeing 3 games later on a bit of a cold streak. He's no longer the greatest shooter I've ever seen. Norman Powell is at 47% from 3. At some, he's a baller. At some point, that percentage will come back down to earth a little bit. So that's why I only gave it like a 7 out of 10 because I think the shooting will come back down to earth. But in terms of playing with pace, you can outpace teams in the regular season who don't give a shit. But in the postseason, when everybody's trying hard, I do think that stuff will be kind of cut down a little bit.
Yeah, I like the fact that you separated into regular season and postseason because they are two kind of different basketball games. I do think that some of this can translate into a postseason type thing. I think that's going to be heavily dependent on the way that they integrate Tyler Herro. I think Tyler Herro is kind of like their half-court counter because when they get into half-court situations, they're going to run pick and roll, and he's going to be their pick and roll player. I think more so than Norm will be. Norm will thrive when they're able to kind of get the pace up, and then when the game slows down a little bit, they might go to Tyler with the pick and roll shit. Ricky, let's start with you, and you can do it in the same way. You can break down regular season, but how sustainable, scale of 1 to 10, is what Miami doing?
Yeah, no. So here's the thing. When it comes to staying on your dean, right, that is in reference to living your life in a way that stays loyal to your personal conviction. That can be your faith, your habits, and it's a very purposeful way of doing that. Basically, within a particular faith-based context, it means you are consistent with your core acts of meditation, be it worship or exercise, or your eating habits, your dressing habits, understanding who you are, what you believe, and why, and how you engage in the kind of behavior that aligns with your beliefs. So basically what you're doing is you're guarding your eyes, your ears, your tongue, and you're staying mindful of what you consume on a daily basis in order to stay focused on the task at hand, which is becoming the best possible version of yourself. And that can also include playing basketball. So when Kel'el Ware stays on his dean, as my sister New just mentioned there, or I mentioned based on what she was saying, they are viewing their lifestyle, their beliefs, their faith, and so on and so forth as like an organizing center of their life. And it's not simply something you just tack on like it's like a shirt or, I don't know, some accessory or whatever. So people who use that way of living, that stay focused on that very way of living, they are reminding themselves that they need to stay practicing, stay serious, and to maintain a certain level of steadiness that he exhibited tonight in scoring about 20 points and registering 16 rebounds.
I'm not even gonna lie. I like the way that you brought that full circle, but you didn't answer my question at all. How sustainable is what the Miami Heat doing in the regular season and in the playoffs?
It is sustainable depending on how committed they are to staying on their dean. That's literally why I just explained this.
I asked for a number. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. You said no numbers this whole time.
Oh, okay. So, all right, fine. 7, since that's a number that is particularly important to my own personal faith.
Okay. Jess, scale of 1 to 10. How sustainable is what the Miami Heat doing, both in regular season and in the playoffs?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Anna. I think obviously there's a difference, and it's typically more sustainable in the regular season. I will say, like, one good thing when you're moving at that pace every game is having like a pretty deep bench, because you're not wearing out like these dudes that are like, taking up all these minutes. The fact that we can actually even put in someone like Keyshawn Johnson for a few minutes at this point, which I was pleasantly surprised by, is a big deal. And also everyone can kind of run, like everyone can keep up. I mean, obviously there are, your token people that may slow it down a little bit, but
Jess, I'm watching you.
what did
I'm watching you. The
Token?
Kashawn Johnson shit. The token was another one, King. We should go ahead and put that in the memoirs. But
Token?
The Kashawn Johnson shit.
A team of blacks?
It's very
Token?
They're not a team of blacks. They have Tyler Herro. They have Simone.
No, I need a minute.
No, sure, you take your minute. But the Kashawn Johnson shit is very akin to your Haywood Highsmith nonsense. We have left that in the past, okay? We're not doing that again.
There has to be someone that I despise.
We really
there
got
has
people
to be
calling
someone
people
that
token
I
over here. Can you? Oh, I'm not muted.
I will say, Drew Smith is in my Kyle Lowry spot for the moment, but I've been somewhat impressed. But I don't know, that last game by Keyshawn was. Listen, we're not going to get into that. The point I'm trying to make is there's a lot of teams that don't really have a bench that you could throw in there without, going down 20. Our bench, I feel like our team is pretty deep. The bench is pretty deep. And I think it allows these guys to kind of rest a little, so when they come back in, they're ready to keep it moving. And I think obviously they, go hand in hand, the scoring with the pace that we're playing at. I mean, a lot of these teams just really can't keep up unless it's a team of, young dudes. So I think to rate it, I mean, I don't know. I would probably, I don't remember what Ann said, maybe around like 7 and then like 4. But the most important thing for this team is just going to be everybody staying in good shape, everybody staying healthy physically, because bottom line, like, yeah, obviously when we're talking about how sustainable, we could be talking about shooting, we could be talking about this, but I would say the pace of play is the most like obvious thing that stands out. So as long as these guys are staying in shape, resting their body when they can, taking care of their body, because I mean, I hate to say, one bad injury away from maybe this whole thing falling apart. So, I think they can keep it going. I think they can keep it going throughout the year. And I mean, we'll see. I saw someone in the chat earlier saying, like, is this a play-in team? Is this or this or that? I can't make those predictions yet. I got to see us play a few more teams also before I decide. I got to see Tyler come back, all those things. But right now, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to kind of continue at that pace, especially if we know that it's such a positive thing that we have going for us right now. They know they got to keep playing like this to keep them competitive, I would say.
I think in terms of entertainment value, I think they can make this season infinitely more entertaining than other seasons. In terms of like winning basketball at this pace, I'm giving it a 4 for the regular season. Like,
okay,
this by All-Star break, we will be looking at a completely different basketball team.
You think just being gassed, or?
Yeah, first of all, like, I think I'm not as all in on Norm being this as some other people are. Like, I don't think this is Norm's norm. Like, just to say it, like, I'm sorry, Kang, I had to do it. I don't think this is his norm. I think this is an outlier, and I think you're going to see kind of a regression to the mean when Tyler comes back for both of them. Like, Tyler, to me, isn't a 23.9 point per game scorer in the NBA. And I think him trying to balance out his dynamic with Norm is going to bring them both back down to a level that, people are more comfortable with. And I don't know if Miami can sustain this level of offensive output with either one of them not being the best version of themselves. So I think I give that like a 4. And then when it comes to like the playoffs, it's a 0% chance that this shit gonna work. Like, it does not work in the playoffs. People want to point to Indiana Pacers. That is an outlier that had Tyrese Halliburton as an engine and their playmaker. Miami doesn't have an engine of that caliber Like, even though Tyrese Halliburton might not be like a better player per se than whoever you want to name from Miami, like in terms of being an
Jalen
offensive,
Brunson.
yeah, in terms of being an offensive engine, he is infinitely more elite than like anything Miami has to offer up in that position. Oh, who the fuck? Oh, is fuck Jovic Jordan? Jordan, is that you in the back? Oh, okay. There we go. I'll leave you in the back then, Jordan. What did he say? That wasn't me.
Can't keep working under these conditions.
We gotta go ahead and move on to the next game, King. Like, this show is getting out of hand, and the game is tomorrow, so it's gonna be tough. We're gonna get our first opportunity to see Cooper Flag tomorrow. The Dallas Mavericks, they're coming into town, so this game is gonna be in Miami. We're gonna start with you, Ricky. Ricky, the boy feeling good?
Come back to me, please. I'm a little shook.
Okay. And the boy feeling good?
I am. Obviously it's an exciting game for sure. But that Dallas team, they kind of stink right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got like 3 or 4 wins on the season. They got 5 wins. So yeah, they suck. So it's nice that the Miami Heat got through the difficult part of their schedule early on with a relatively nice record. And if they could stack up wins against some of these, inferior teams, then they'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah, I think that's why they kind of picked this Dallas game to be the one that they circled around the calendar for Tyler to come back, because they don't offer much in terms of like perimeter defense to stop him from getting into a rhythm quickly. Jess, the girl feeling good?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's a dub. It should be. Just having watched them a little bit, they're kind of in shambles right now. So if we, handle business like we were supposed to today with all these guys out, then I think they'll be good. I mean, I think there's no reason why we should lose that game, like you said. I mean, if we hit threes tomorrow, I think we're fine.
There's no reason. Well, I have a reason. It's because the Miami Heat are not good. They are just exciting to watch. I want to make sure
back and Dallas, they could. I mean, knowing this Miami Heat team, who I don't put anything past them, even with what I'm saying right now. I never get too optimistic.
They probably got on a flight from Philadelphia as soon as the game was over there. Like, they're probably still in the air now on their way back home. But like, they get home this afternoon, get an opportunity to rest, do a walkthrough in the morning. But I don't want people to confuse Miami being fun to watch with them being a good basketball team. I still don't believe this is a good basketball team. I think they are just a more exciting bad basketball team to watch than what we've had to watch over the past couple of years. If they end up in play-in, I would not be surprised. Kenny Ricky, the boy feeling good?
Well, I will echo what I said earlier in this broadcast. In that I feel fantastic. The Nets are trash. Their best player is Michael Porter Jr. and the other guy is, I don't even remember their name.
We played a match.
It's not really. Yeah, and you see, you didn't even get the team right the first time. Look at you. You see, it's not.
Bitch.
I was trying to put both of us. I didn't feel comfortable taking Ricky's spot in that regard. So,
somebody is. He said, "Am I serious? This team is not good." Yeah, I'm dead ass serious. I know. You ruined it.
I didn't ruin anything. I wasn't finished with my thought.
You're talking to me crazy, and I didn't enjoy that. So
I'm just saying, like the Nets are terrible. They are not planning on making the playoffs this season.
Are not playing the Nets, and we don't give a fuck about who them boys in blue playing.
Boys in blue.
Yeah.
Wow. We don't mess with the boys in blue, anyways. We're black.
Yes, you do. You have on the clothes right now.
Oh well, yeah, because I mean, it matches the background. See that? You know what I'm saying?
What city is
the
that?
ambiance? What city is that?
Yeah.
It's the city of my birth. New York City. Home of the Knicks and the Nets. They gave.
I see he don't want to be on the show no more. Bitch.
I already have to live with that. I don't want to hear anything else.
About the New York? Oh, yeah, because your boyfriend's a Knicks fan, right? Oh, as a matter of fact, then,
No, he's on his way over.
if you got to hear it anyway, might as well hear it from an articulate.
So yeah,
man.
basically, I mean, quite frankly, I hope the Heat come to the Garden later this year, assuming you get past the play-in, because it's going to be Knicks and 6 all day. It's a beautiful situation that we're in right now.
What's the Knicks Heat record this year?
Oh, that's not important. You know that's not important. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. So I think this is going to be a great opportunity for the Nets to serve as a slump buster for the Knicks because they haven't done well on the road, quite frankly. And I think this is it's high time for them to actually succeed in a very real way. What?
I want you to talk about the Miami Heat and the Dallas Mavericks.
See, you asked me, is the boy feeling good? Right? And I answered your question and I explained why. Right?
You could have just said yes if you weren't going to talk about the Heat, and then that matters.
Right, but
I like your soliloquy about the Knicks. I don't give a fuck.
So here's the thing. I like backing up what I say with reason.
I wish I could have got to that remove button quicker so I could got you like I like backing up to remove from the stage. And you would have those would have been your final words for the rest of this show.
I mean, it's just hurtful that my voice is silenced right now. I think this is a grave injustice. I believe that as a black man in America that's suffering the way that I am, despite my obvious
they ain't about to blow that shit out. What are you talking about?
You know, I just feel marginalized right now. I don't feel safe.
Bam! 50!
I don't feel safe.
DaVon Mitchell probably on the bench. It's gonna sadden me.
I think we need to do better as a people.
Norm 17.
You know?
Jaime 13.
The Nets aren't that good. And neither are the Mavs.
You know why? Because 14 will be back.
What's the shot attempt prediction for y'all?
For Tyler?
What's the shot attempt?
Probably tomorrow's date, 11 to 24.
Oh, he's gonna shoot.
For how many points?
22 points.
22.
Shots.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We're gonna be so sorry.
See, that's gonna be you in May after we beat you in 4.
That'll never happen. You're the Knicks.
Oh, bet.
Oh, thank you guys.
Correct. You're not making the playoffs.
You're on the show, making it much more fun than it would. That's hurtful, Ricky.
You know what else is hurtful? Silencing me in the midst of my thought.
Hurt people, Ricky.
That explains why you've been hurting me this entire broadcast.
I have not been hurting you this entire broadcast.
I feel unsafe.
You're blowing up one small portion of the show.
Wow, I don't blow anything.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, see, you must have me mistaken.
Play the video, me.
Fantastic last bar.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight.